Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you've been great. In today's video, as you can see in the title, I am finally making the long-awaited CIX discography review that I have promised you for weeks now, maybe even a month over on my Instagram. So I'm super excited to get into it, and without further ado, let's just go. I'm going to quickly remind you that if you enjoyed this video, leaving a like, a comment, or just go subscribe to my channel means a lot to me. And yeah, with that out of the way, let's just get into it. So the other day I was in my car and I was going back from a trip to my parents' house. I was going back to my own apartment and I thought, you know what, let's just get into them, you know? Like, I've been following CIX ever since they debuted, since Jinyoung was a part of my old group 101, and also I knew Byunghoon and Sunghoon from the YG Treasure Box show. So I was really excited for their debut. And I had always followed them through their title tracks only and the B-sides that they would promote on music shows or have like secondary MVs for, but I never got into like their whole albums, you know? So I thought to myself, you know what? Let's just get into that. And this was when they released Cinema, their latest comeback. It really just clicked with me. This is hands down my favorite title track by them. So it really got me curious. You know, I was like, hey, maybe there are some gems hidden in their discography that I just missed, because I was not the biggest fan of their title tracks yet. But this one, it just did the trick for me. And boy, I am so happy I did it. Cinema was like, you know, for every group, I think a lot of people will recognize themselves when I say this, but sometimes you love some groups title tracks or you love the members, but you never like get that special click, that special song that makes you go like, oh yes, I need more, you know? And for me, Cinema was that title track. So yeah, I thought on my way back home, let's just do it. I have like an hour to pass in my car and I'm alone, so I won't annoy my boyfriend with K-pop. So yeah, I searched their name on Spotify and I put on This Is CIX playlist, and that's where it all started. Quickly throw a little disclaimer here because as I just said, I was driving while listening to their songs, and although I have listened to their whole discography about 3 times now by the time I'm filming this video, I really noted like those first impressions especially. So this is more of a first impression more than a actual review song by song. So if you don't want to see that, I think that you can leave this video and I won't be mad at you. I'm sorry if this is not the content that you were expecting. But yeah, I was driving, so I did not pay a full attention to the composition and everything. It's just more of an overall feel that I got, even though I have downloaded a few songs from that day that I have been listening a lot since then. So I can give a little insight and deeper analysis on those ones, but that's not every song, only my favorites that I really downloaded on the spot. Also, for those of you who don't know, maybe I have never mentioned this on the channel, I can't remember, but my major in uni is cultural study and I am French, and basically what I do is I study every cultural aspect that has ever happened in our world. So it can be about cinema, it can be about music, photography, history, philosophy, sociology, a whole lot of cool stuff like video games too, cartoons, and I have a little bit of knowledge about music because of that. And also I took classical lessons when I was younger and I was playing the flute, so I had I don't know how you say it in English, but like music theory, something like that. So I'm going to be using the knowledge that I have in those areas based on the classes that I took when I was younger and the classes that I am taking now. The very first point that I noted on my little notebook here is that I overall like their more vocal-based songs over their more rap-based songs. I felt like the production of them was way more precise, like less messy, and they really thought about the production and the melodies and everything more than their like more aggressive songs. I feel like they were not as much thought of than the vocal-based songs, if that makes sense. So that's why I prefer their vocal-based songs. And the second biggest thing that I noted is that their music style, depending on the song, of course, it reminds me of so many different groups, but with their own twist to it. I have another video that's ready to be posted. I'll probably post it after this one, like next week. It's giving CIX songs to other groups, because I feel like a lot of songs that they released reminded me of songs that I have already heard, majorly 17, especially with the ballads. They remind me a lot of the vocal unit in 17, the songs that they put out. Also, I noticed some Ace tendency and a little bit of NCT sometimes. But of course, there are a lot of other groups that the songs reminded me of. So you will see that next week. Of course, I am saying this with absolutely no bad intentions, no criticism, like bad, mean criticisms. As I said, all of those songs have their own CIX twist to it, and that's probably what makes them CIX, you know. And I really enjoyed those songs. So please just don't attack me for that. It's just a personal feeling. Like I really got reminded of a lot of other songs that I have listened to in the past, and I could not put my fingers on exactly which song it was usually, but overall I do get the vibes from certain artists, so that's what I noted. Another quite important point is that I noticed that they have a lot of like basic sounds, but they're extremely well structured. I also noted that none of the raps felt out of place. Even though I said that I prefer their more vocal-based songs, I never got like this weird feeling that a rap part was unnecessary in one of their songs. So that's a very good quality about a group nowadays. And I'm going to conclude by saying that I would recommend anybody who still hesitates to check CIX discography out to just go for it whenever they have a bit of time, because it's really amazing. It's very diverse. It has a lot of different genres into it, and I think that if you really take the time to listen to it, you will definitely find a shoe that fits your feet. I hope this is an English expression too. Oh my gosh. If it's not, it's very embarrassing for me. But yeah, I am also going to tell you which songs that I have downloaded straight away. So some of my favorites out of their entire discography, excluding the title tracks, are Young, Everything, Stairway to Heaven, Switch It Up, Rebel, Bystander, What You Wanted, and Imagine. Those are my absolute favorite songs from them. Whenever I want to listen to CIX, I just put on a whole playlist that's mixing all of their albums, and I just really enjoy my trip. So yeah, I would definitely recommend you check them out. I will probably put some extracts of the songs that I've just mentioned if you are curious, just at the end of this video. And I hope that this made you want to get into them, because honestly, I know what it is to be lazy and not want to check out a group because there are so many songs to listen to and you just don't have either the time or energy to do it. Like I really know that feeling. I have been feeling that way for so many groups before, and every time I took a look at their discography, I was never disappointed, and that's what happened again. So I hope that we'll give them a chance, and if you do, don't hesitate to come back to me and tell me what you thought of it, and if this video helped you get into them, that would be lovely. So yeah, that concludes this video. I hope it was somehow helpful, and I wish you all a very pleasant CIX discography listening for the first time, and I will see you soon. Bye bye. Just imagine that. Give me a feeling I can't explain. I'm a rebel for you. 나를 봐주길 바래. I'm a rebel for your love. A rebel. 지치지 않고 하늘 끝까지 계속 나가게 한 걸.
So switch it up, switch it up. 작은 물씨가 다시 세게 타오르듯이 너의 빛이 번져온 그 밤 들려줄래 what you want. 숨죽인 이 밤을 다시 나 그대로 yeah we do what we do. Cross the ocean, we're having fun. It's lonely night, 조용한 밤이야. 너무 어둡다. 나의 마지막한 내 목소리로 이뤄낼까 저기 별들 사이에서 I'm just lonely. 누가 나 위해 손을 뻗어 날